mic is hot.
Good afternoon. Welcome to rink number 2 here at Cairns Arena in South Burlington, Vermont, where the Philadelphia Junior Flyers are getting set to take on the Washington Pride in a round-robin game here. First one for the Flyers, second one for the Pride here on a Friday afternoon at the 2019 JWHL playoffs. I'm Jamie Scavato, and thanks for tuning in from wherever you've been tuning in from. Of course, we got first-round action going on right now, and a couple of teams, one who has not played yet, as I mentioned, one who has. Washington Pride already with 2 games in the books here. One against Boston last night. That one was out at University of Vermont's Gutterson Fieldhouse. A 3-2 win in overtime, moving the Pride into this round-robin round in that play-in game. And they lost 6-2 to Newbridge earlier today, but a chance now for the Pride to get into the win column. Meanwhile, Philadelphia Junior Flyers, the top seed in the U-16 bracket here, getting things underway, and it's already in the attack zone, and a quick shot and a score for Philadelphia. That did not take long at all. 1-0 Junior Flyers on top here. And the first goal scored by Kylie Aquaro. That's 21 goals for her in the regular season. and now one here in the playoffs. And it's already 1-0. And that was only 15 seconds into the contest. So Philly off and running here. And the first game for them here on the weekend, the favorites in this tournament, as we get the puck down along the end boards. And once again, the Junior Flyers are in the attack zone here. This one gets off down to the left wing boards. Pushed out towards the circle. It's Aquaro handling it again. And it gets off to the back side now for Grimley as it's pushed back out. Now back in the neutral zone. Washington gets on the move here for the first time. As it's Rosemary Dorner, and that will be a whistle and an offside here. Actually, that was Lexi Sung getting in on the attack. As we'll re-rack things on the other side of the blue line, on the Flyers side of the blue line, far side of the ice here. Again, thanks for joining us. We are in South Burlington, Vermont. 2 rinks of action going on for this tournament. And of course, this will be going all the way until Sunday morning. On the move with it now, it's Rachel Martin. That one is put off to the left side. Martin off the end boards. Bringing her way back around. This one fed out in front and ends up wide to the left side. Meanwhile, battling for the puck is Alexa Davis. Down along the left wing. Now out of the corner, back out in front. Picked up and pushed in by Davis, and that one is brushed aside by Natalie Storm, the starting goalie for the Pride here this afternoon. Catherine Donovan got the start in the first 2 games for Washington. As play continuing here in South Burlington. Washington now getting into the zone, bringing it back out is Martin. That one off the right side. Now down the ice, it's Bailey Feeney. Right wing corner, that one taken away. Nice defense there by Molly Sant, bringing it off the end boards and off to the near side here. And it's pushed off to the neutral zone, bringing it across center ice. Picked off by Grace Romeo. And it's Romeo again trying to get a stick on it. Instead, it is collected by Ava Rinker. Rinker trying to pass it across to Bailey, and it gets knocked off the boards to the right side. Talia D'Elia handling it for a moment. Back to Rinker now in the neutral zone, back near the blue line. And the pass is fed up, now back to the left side again. As we see Feeney. Puck bats around for D'Elia. D'Elia still trying to dig it out. And it is picked up by the Pride here. On the move, it's Maria Ralph. Loose puck taken away by Sid Bradley. Bradley on the move up the left side on her own. Takes a shot. That one rings the crossbar and goes wide to the right side. Nearly another goal for the Junior Flyers. Sid Bradley on the attempt, chasing it down is Katie Sarich behind her own net. Now back off to the right wing corner again. Battling forward is Grimley. And now back on the move with it, it's Washington. Coming in with Ralph. Taken away, but put back to the neutral zone where Washington able to recover. Now it's back off in front of us here to Grace Dwyer. Pass back out for Aquaro. Fed across for Dwyer. Left wing side near those left boards here. Now it's Lizzie Moeller. Had it for a moment there for Washington, although it was put back into the attack zone. Recovered by the Pride. Attacking once again. Off to the left side, Madison Cote. Into the left wing corner, off the left wing boards. Handling it was Maddie Sapola. And this one's taken away again by Philly. Jessica Miller now on the move up the right side. From the right boards, bounces one in. It goes off the stick of Natalie Storm and back behind the net. Now it's Jessica Miller back with it again. Puck onto the left side, pinned up against the boards. And worked back out to center ice here. Passed around D'Elia. Bouncing it forward, gets around for Carly Marzano on the ice now. Also in there along the left side is Julia Franklin. Marzano and Franklin. On the left wing boards, takeaway again by Washington. Down 1-0. It was just 15 seconds into the game when the Flyers got their first goal of this contest. Kylie Aquaro doing the honors. And that one is shot and brushed away. This one flips right up in front of our broadcast position, where we are precariously positioned. By the way, it is Sophia Zalag. Into the start. In goal for Philadelphia. As we saw her first save of the afternoon, Aquaro now handling it. Karam off the end boards. Put on the stick of D'Elia. Put through to the blue line. And that is where it is stopped up for a moment by Barbakov. Now back along the left side again, it's Aquaro. Although the puck back now into the Philly zone. Push forward to Aquaro again on the right side. Aquaro in there with Grimley. And it's Grimley handing it on the right boards. Off to the right corner. Aquaro again. Working her way to that right circle. Pushes it aside. Grimley trying to chase it down. Instead getting inside. That was Feeney. Or actually, sorry, correction. That was Grace Dwyer. Puck down to the other end of the ice for Maria Ralph. Handled by Aquaro. Pass across for Grimley. Grimley coming across the blue line towards that left circle. Lost the puck as that was poked away and put back into the corner. Collected once again there by Rachel Martin. Now behind the net once again. Now it's on the right side. Takedown on Jessica Miller. Miller back around to the corner. Battling forward is Ashley Ayers, trying to get the clear here. Meanwhile, right in the slot, point blank shot, and it's saved. Rachel Martin nearly coming away with one there. Meanwhile, we'll have a penalty coming up here. Or is that an offside call? I believe that was an offside instead. We'll get to the other side of the blue line here. And we'll re-rack things on the dot. 10:51 to go. And what's been a pretty fast first period here. And again, 1-0 Philadelphia on top with a goal in the first 15 seconds. Off the face-off, it's Rachel Martin near side. Karam off the boards. This one is sent down the ice. Katie Sarich will try and chase it down. Gets to it, but she's joined by Jessica Miller. Battle along that far side and eventually comes out to that near corner. Washington trying to get it out of the zone once again, but picking it right back up, getting on the attack there is Marzano. Back in the slot, batted away. Now on the near side to Leah. Trying to get a stick on it. Collected again by Marzano. Now off the end boards, chasing it down is Rinker. And Rinker will bring it out behind her own net. The captain feeds it off for Julia Franklin. Now Rinker back in to get her own Karam off that left side. And once again, Washington able to get a stick on it. Battling for it on the far side is Barbakov. Meanwhile, working her way in is Grace Dwyer trying to get a stick on at the blue line. But Washington able to come away and come back on the attack here. This one is fed forward for Sapola. That one up high over Zelag, and it gets away. Back to the neutral zone. Collected by Wilson Olivo. Now back at center ice, it's Sid Bradley. Left wing side near the center is Grimley. That one gets away to the right side. Defense picking it up for Washington, bringing it through the neutral zone. It comes through. Now collected by Michaela Javier. End boards, left wing corner, Aquara. Trying to battle for it now, Sapola for Washington. Grimley gets it away, gets a stick on it on the forecheck. However, that was Lexi Sung. And it's all the way down the end of the ice already. Molly Sant defensively there to stop it for Washington. This one getting back out to the blue line. Picked right back up by Dwyer. Who's stick on the ice. Can't see whose that is. It was collected again, however. Now it's Grimley trying to chase it down on the right wing side into the corner, back behind the Philadelphia net. Now Dwyer on the left side. Coming off the boards, right around the blue line. Plenty of sticks around, however. You got a small surface here, so no matter where you go, you're always going to have an obstacle here at Cairns Arena. Home of the Division II/3 St. Michael's Purple Knights and a host of high school teams here in the area, as that one is over the blue line and too many skaters on the wrong side of things, so we'll get an offside again and put it back with 8:20 to go here in the first. Again, 1-0 the score. Philadelphia Junior Flyers on top. Their first action of this tournament, third game of the tournament for the Washington Pride. Junior Flyers finishing the regular season with a record of 20-3. Next game coming up at 7:30 tonight against Newbridge for the Junior Flyers. This one up to the near side for D'Elia. Sent across, goes under the skate of Rachel Martin. Martin now trying to get to it on those far boards there. Coming away with it, trying to chase it down is Miller. Miller sending it off to the end boards. And Washington trying to get it clear, but swooping in to get a stick. Nice attempt on the forecheck there by Carly Marzano. Meanwhile, coming away with space, it's D'Elia in the near slot. Backhand brushed aside by Natalie Storm. That one sent towards the net. Redirects high off the glass and drops down on the left side. Meanwhile, back across the goal line, it is scooped up by the Junior Flyers. And Alexa Davis, who will take it all the way down the left side across the blue line. Feeding it across for the centering pass and a score. And Philadelphia's on top, 2-0. Score there by Julia Franklin. And it is now again 2-0. Philadelphia Junior Flyers on top here in the first period, as Julia Franklin comes up with the score on the centering feed. Now we get back the other way. Puck picked up by Franklin again. Backhand inside is brushed aside. Franklin now on the inboard trying to work her way around. That one is covered up by Storm. Before the Junior Flyers can do any more damage here, 6:51 to go in the first. As we get a look at the replay there, and you see Storm getting on top of it. And want to thank you for joining us here on day 2, technically speaking, or the first full day of action here in South Burlington, Vermont. Now it's Grimley picking it up, working it along the end boards. Pass goes back out in front, and now it's brought back the other way by Washington. Maddie Sapola. Puck is knocked loose. Grimley will get it to the end board. Sapola chasing her down. Pass goes across to Rinker. And now good puck work here by the Junior Flyers. Storm has to get on it again. Sid Bradley was charging in as the puck kind of got away as they were passing it around, getting across that blue line. 6:16 to go in the first, and we'll continue here. And what is a 2-0 game. Neither team with a penalty yet in this one, by the way, whatever significance that's worth. And off the face-off, plenty of battle there. Rachel Martin trying to get in on it. Also back there is Jessica Miller. And that is Martin getting to it first. Now Miller trying to get it off the end boards. Defensively, Washington able to get it away. And this one is passed off to the neutral zone. Shot taken high off the glass. Cairns to the right side. Madison Cote getting it in the right wing corner. Also working it in there is Lexi Sung. Loose puck batted around. Vivian Rowan in there. And now it's sent all the way to the far side. Katie Sarich, this is the longest time in the attack zone that Washington has spent as that shot goes into the gut by Rosemary Dorner, and it'll be saved by Sophia Zilak. And it'll stop the clock here with 5:33 to go in the first. We'll face off on the left circle on the Washington attack zone, or in Philadelphia's zone. Rowan and Marzano on the faceoff, and Philly comes away with it. And now it's Grimley on the move. Across the blue line, towards the right side, works it near the front. That one passed across and nearly put away by Marzano. Nice stop there by Natalie Storm. And Washington coming back with it. Back to the neutral zone, Rinker. Stops for a moment, puts it through, gets away. And Maria Roth will try and get to it. Now it's passed across for Ruby Wilson-Olivo. Neutral zone, batted back in by Marzano. Personnel change coming up here for the Junior Flyers. Meanwhile, back along the boards, it's Franklin. 1 goal for her in the afternoon. Trying to see if she can get another one in there. As it gets along the end boards, chasing it down is Molly Sant for Washington. Puck in the neutral zone. And the Pride able to pick it up. Passes across for Romeo. Romeo looking for the backhand. It bounces in. Van Leeuwen had it for a moment, but lost it. Now it's along the near side. Puck fluttering around. D'Elia puts it across for Grimley. And now it's back to the other way for Rinker. Shot taken. That one caroms high off the glass. Back to the right side. Collected by Dwyer. Now back to the end boards. It flutters out in front. Spinning and firing. Nearly a spectacular looking attempt there by Rachel Martin. Meanwhile, it's Rinker in the neutral zone. Pass across for Dwyer. Now back again for Aquaro. Working it up the left side, it's Dwyer. Back to the circle. Sort of a backhand fluttering center pass. Now back to the corner again. Chasing it in there is Miller. Miller stuck in the corner. Trying to get a little bit of help, however. Joining her is Rachel Martin. Back across the blue line, stopped by Michaela Javier. Now Miller again, right wing side, right wing corner. Puck all the way down along those end boards. Battle for it along the left side. Miller is in there. Also working across is Grimley. Puck comes loose, backhanded back in. Or actually, rather, that's Carly Marzano in there now as it comes back towards our broadcast position. Dwyer collects it and brings it right back out of her own zone. Across the red line for Marzano. Right side. And it's another score for Philadelphia. Grace Dwyer coming up with the goal. 9 on the season for her in the regular season. And she's got one here for a 3-0 Philadelphia lead in the first. Let's take a look at the replay. Dwyer takes it in the slot, finds the upper 90 in the upper left-hand corner for the goal. And again, 3-0 Philadelphia on top here with just 3:01 to go in the first. Junior Flyers off and running here in this 2019 JWHL playoff tournament. Marzano off the face-off. It's picked up by Maddie Sapola. Sapola shoots. That one knocked aside by Zilad. Now at the end boards, Madison Cote. Brought up by Alexa Davis. Long pass across for Feeney. Feeney will work it down the left side. Throwing a stick at it was Maddie Sapola, although it's still in the zone now for Philadelphia. Eventually batted back out to the neutral zone. That's where Alexa Davis will collect it, getting tied up with Moeller there. Loose puck now for Franklin. Franklin on the move. Back to the end boards, defended well by Molly Sant. Now it's Sid Bradley. End boards batted around, puck out in front in a dangerous spot, although handled well by the defense. Shoved across by Lexi Sung. Sung with a goal and an assist last night against Boston. As this one pushed across, stopped off the stick by Grimley. Now along the right wing side, right wing corner, stopped up by Sarich. Grimley now, Sarich in there as well. Joining the fray is Kylie Aquaro. Now this one gets back along the right side. Contact with Lexi Sung. Puck still bouncing around in that zone, however. As Rinker takes a bit of a slide there, break for Washington. She almost had an opening in the slot there. Grimley pushed across the crease, back to the left side. Dwyer gets a stick on it, pushes it into the corner. And the puck now loose out in front in the slot again, and it is collected by Washington. Pride trying to go on the attack here with Dorner. That one pushed across the crease to the far side. Rinker's going to pick it up. Also getting in there is Maria Roth. Van Leeuwen now pinned up along the right wing boards. Miller with the shot, nearly fed in front of the crease for Emily Bozzi. Or actually, sorry, that was Catherine Trubin. Now it's Miller along the end board. Stopped up by Storm, and it will stop the clock here inside the final minute of the first period. 36 seconds left on the clock of a 3-0 game. And of course, as this game continues, we do have one other game going on rink number 1. These two rinks are going to be very busy for the next couple of days here. And as we get scores, as they go final, we will let you know how the standings are looking right now in the U-16 bracket. It is the North American Hockey Academy's Red Hawks with a couple of wins already, so 6 points for them so far here on the day, or on the weekend rather. Grimley now along the end boards, brings it out, tries to get around to the front of the net, unable to do so. Defense picks it up, brings it out. Back to the neutral zone. Washington on the move, quickly taken away by Rinker, although getting a stick back in there was Mariah Roth. Grimley picking off the pass, now working it inside, pass it off to her left, trying to get it back to Grimley, however, unable to do so. As we're back to the neutral zone for Martin. And that'll do it for the first period here at Cairns Arena. Rink number 2, 1 in the books. And 2 more to go here as we are at the intermission. First intermission, we'll take a quick break. Of course, they're not cleaning the ice. They're going to be getting right back out there momentarily, but we'll stop for a moment here. You are watching the JWHL playoffs, the 2019 playoff tournament.
Back on the
2019 JWHL playoffs here in South Burlington, Vermont. Quick intermission between periods here. They are only cleaning the ice once. So there's only one intermission here for these games as they're kind of banging them out one after another here. So we get 17 minutes back on the clock here for period number 2. 3-0. Philadelphia Junior Flyers on top. The Washington Pride here, the U-16 bracket is where we're at right now. As again, we get everybody out on the ice for the second period. And he had goals in that first period by Kylie Aquaro, Julia Franklin, and Grace Dwyer. All finding the back of the net for the Junior Flyers. And it will be Carly Marzano down to take the face-off. Here to open the second. That was opposite Vivian Rowan. And Philly going right back to work here. That one shot and wide. Karam off to the near side. Backhand put back in. Franklin gets a stick on it. And now it's pass across to the neutral zone. That's where D'Elia will pick it up, skate back. Passing it across to Alexa Davis. Now it's batted about here in the neutral zone. Working her way back is Marzano. Pass across for D'Elia. This one fed forward and collected by Feeney. Feeney and Franklin along the end boards, back behind the Washington net. Feeney getting tied up there with Rowan. And now getting a stick on it is Dorner. And that one bounces behind Sung, just in front of our position here. Now across for Barbakov. Barbakov going to try and get it out. Passes across Sung. Barbakov trying to work in there, or Dorner was trying to work it in there. Now Philadelphia back on the attack. Aquaro now left circle. Passes across. Nice centering pass, and the backhand attempt was stopped by Storm. Nice attempt by Grimley. And a great pass by Aquaro. That one gets the post. Falls right in front of Storm, and did that go through? And it eventually does. That will be a goal for Philadelphia. It hit the post, bounced underneath Storm, and fell behind her, and it is now a 4-0 game. And it will be Bradley on the score there. I guess she's the one who touched it last. There was a little bit of chaos there. We'll get a replay on it when we can, but again, Philadelphia now just all over Washington here by a score of 4-0. Less than a minute and a half into the second period. As we take a look at the replay, and it was indeed Bradley who got the shot. Storm tried to get on top of it, and it kind of just squeaked through the 5-hole there and eventually made its way across the goal line for a 4-0 lead. Now on the move with it, it's Madison Cote, left side. Working her way around, picking it up is Rinker. Back behind the net. Puck is now along those near boards here. And here comes Martin. Martin along the right side, right wing corner, defended by Molly Sant. This one back out. Miller nearly putting that one away. Now Miller takes a second shot. Puck is still loose. Bozzy trying to get to it. Chaos in the crease, and that one found its way through. 5-0. Philadelphia on top. The goal by Rachel Martin. And it came scrum style. As you can see, Martin coming in, the puck was just in front of the crease. And Martin was kind of the last player to get in on the pile, and she pushed it over the goal line. And again, 5-0 now, Philadelphia on top. We'll get a timeout on the ice. As I believe Washington's going to take a break here, and you kind of got to when you're down 5-0. Philadelphia just doing whatever it wants to do. This is a very tough Philadelphia Junior Flyers team, of course. 20 wins in the regular season. Top seed in this tournament, looking every bit like the top seed. As we're just over 2 minutes into the second, and you've already got a couple of goals on the board. So we'll come out of the timeout here. And we'll see how Washington responds. And I do believe we're going to see a switch between the pipes, or maybe not. No, they're putting Storm back out there. I mean, for Catherine Donovan, it's been a busy weekend already. She's already played 2 games, so they've got Storm in there for now. And Philadelphia just really able to do whatever it's been needing to do here. It'll be Van Leeuwen, Rena Van Leeuwen, and Ava Rinker. Rachel Martin on the faceoff. And now Washington backhands it in. Grace Romeo picks it up for the Pride. Romeo and Ralph trying to work their way in. Although Philadelphia able to take it away and come back and immediately get into the zone. Bozzy tied up on the left wing side. Puck along the end boards. Comes out for Sarich. Sarich skating her way around Miller. Now back to the left wing corner. Washington try and get it out. They do indeed do that. Chasing it down is Javier. Javier joined by Ralph. End boards left side. Puck worked around and batted back in. Now behind the Philadelphia net. Philadelphia unable to sort of sustain any steady attack in this one, although best opportunity of the day we've seen there. Turned away by Zelak. And now it's Rowan trying to put one towards the net. She ends up on her belly. Back through the neutral zone towards the blue line. It's collected by Sarich. Sarich and Franklin coming together. Now Sarich backhand gets around to the near side for Sung. It's picked up by Franklin. She's on her own, however. Line change for Philadelphia. And Franklin is converged upon. Although getting there in time was Rinker on the forecheck to keep it in. Bradley was keeping it in there. Now Washington working it back out with Sarich. Sarich in there with Lexi Sung. Also in there, Ashley Ayers. And now here comes Philadelphia back to Rinker. Fed across. That one pushed in nearly by Grimley. And Storm gets on top of it to stop the clock. And end the threat here with 12:55 to go in the second. Again, 5-0. Now the clock's still running here. And we've got a running clock. With the score being 5-0, clock will continue to run here. Sort of shorten up the stay on this contest. Grimley. Backhand is in, collected by Storm. Stops the clock. Well, it doesn't stop the clock, actually. It does the opposite, because the clock is still going. It was reflex to say stop the clock. Now Rinker picking it up off the faceoff. Skates her way around the blue line. Passes across for Aquaro, left wing side. Grimley getting in there. After it is Moeller. Moeller up along the left wing corner here. Unable to get it out. Grimley now getting a stick on it as well. And now it's passed back out. Shot taken from the high slot was blocked by Sapola. Although Philly able to keep it in the zone here. Battle right in front of our broadcast position. Puck bounces out for Aquaro. Fed out inside. Storm able to push it away. Back for Grimley. Grimley working her way around. That one was poked aside by Barbakov. D'Elia put it out in front. Stopping it was Moeller. And she was able to end the threat there momentarily, although still on the attack here is Philadelphia. Inside 11 and a half minutes to go in the second period. Backhand through for Bozzi. That one put up past Martin, although stopped at the blue line by Rinker. Nice takeaway by Sapola. On the run down the right side, right circle, works her way in, gets it, pushed across the crease. And Zelak got the best of her defender. Now Martin moving in, and she gets taken down right in the crease. Collision with Storm. And we have a player down inside the goal. That is Maddie Sapola. It was a hard collision in the crease, and that will stop the clock here. Let's take a look at the replay, though. And the attack here by Martin. Blasting her way in, and that was a pretty hard hit to the head there and the shoulder for Sapola. She is coming off the ice under her own power, which is good to see. Definitely no worse for wear. That was a pretty heavy collision. Of course, you got a bunch of tough players out here, some of the best in the country here in South Burlington, Vermont this weekend. Plenty of Division I and Division III college commits. Of course, you have both Rinker and Grimley here on this U-16 team committed to the University of Connecticut. They'll be getting their play going in Hockey East when the time comes. Franklin off the end boards, right wing corner. Collected by Javier. Javier put it through to Franklin for a moment. Now around for Feeney. Feeney, Javier, and Franklin. Franklin taken down. And Washington takes it away. Passes across for Ralph. He gets in front of her. And it'll be Javier to get into the corner to join her. Plenty of other Pride members getting in on the act. Romeo is there, back at the blue line at the point. Stopping things is Sarich. And it eventually finds its way away. Puck comes across. Gets by Marzano. That one is up off the glass. And they'll pile up right in front of us. Javier will pull it away. Now in the right circle, it's Javier. Too many players around her. Storm able to get the shot in the gut there. No real angle for Javier. Actually a nice shot just to get it through all the bodies that were in the way. As we take a look at the replay, you can see Javier getting around. She was pretty much the only other. Well, she had Feeney in there as well. But now to be Bradley on the faceoff. Here in the near circle in front of the Pride goal. Bradley opposite Rowan. Philadelphia winning the faceoff. Grimley in the slot, immediately converged upon. Pass goes across Aquaro now to the right wing corner. Aquaro tapping it aside to Bradley. Bradley working her way around, right circle. Back around for Davis. Davis giving it back to Aquaro. Now Davis pushes it aside. Bradley works around the net. Left circle, back to the slot. Davis shoots. That one was blocked, redirected, and an open goal for Bradley. Off the rebound, Sid Bradley just kind of had that one gift wrap for. As we see the work from the circle back to the blue line. Davis fired it in and rebounded off to the right. And Bradley was there to finish it off. Second goal of the game for Sid Bradley. Or they waved that one off. Still saying 5-0. It is 6-0 here. There it is. They changed it. So second goal of the game for Bradley. And we got a 6-0 score here. Midway, almost midway through. Or actually a little past midway through the second period. Now working it down is Van Leeuwen. Along the red line, collected by Martin. Martin in the neutral zone, off to the far side for Aquaro, who had the first goal of this game. Feels like forever ago, now that it's 6-0. Miller Backhand gets by Cote. Now fed out in front. Martin was there, but tied up. Now it's Cote on her own across the red line. Gets by Dwyer, or gets tied up with Dwyer on the right side. Dwyer picks it up off the corner. Now tries to bring it around. This one is back into the neutral zone, fed across. Trying to work her way forward, but checked out was Bozzi. Now the puck goes off Bozzi's back to the neutral zone again. Near center ice. Fed across for Rinker. Rinker backing her way up. Now to the far side. Now it's Jessica Miller bringing it across the blue line. No offside called. Marzano was close, however. Now along that far side, Bozzi. End boards. Tied up. Right wing side. Taking a swat at it is Marzano. Now Marzano again from the circle. Backhand comes through. This one stopped by Dwyer. Nice forecheck by the Junior Flyers here. Inside 7 minutes to go in the second period. And it's Ralph on the left side. Plenty of contact. Rinker brings it around and feeds it forward as Philadelphia continuing to work here. Loose puck right at center ice. Knocked away. And picking it up is Sarich. We'll stop behind the goal line. Inside 6.5 to go. The Pride still looking for its first goal of the contest here. Haven't really been able to get much going in terms of an attack. You got to credit Philadelphia for really dominating both ends of the ice here. And we'll get a stoppage of play on an offside call. One thing you can say, no penalties in this game, as again we're not stopping the clock. Clock will continue to run with the game, with the score at 5 goals, or a more than a 5-goal differential. So we're approaching 5.5 to go in the second here. Time moving quickly when the clock doesn't stop. Aquaro across the blue line from the slot. Bradley was looking to take the shot. Instead gets tied up along those end boards. Now Grimley getting a stick on it. You had 5 different players along the end boards there to get to it. Now Aquaro will bring it out back to the blue line. Now off to the near side. That one is shot in. Storm trying to get to it, and that will be no goal. And they'll face off in the circle here. So let's take a look at the replay. Just too much contact in the crease there, and I think maybe inside the crease you had a Junior Flyers player as well. Look, that might have been. It looks like that was Aquaro that was in the crease there. The initial shot was taken by Michaela Javier. And it looks like we got another timeout on the ice here. Clock will continue to run at around 4.5 for the official discussing things with Coach Chris Bear. And while we'll face off again on the circle. And the puck is loose in that circle. Chasing it down is Miller. Miller getting in there with Cote. And that'll be batted around the blue line. I think that one ended up on the bench. Indeed it did. So it'll be handed off as we will continue play once again. Clock continuing to run at 4 minutes to go in the second. Face-off will be D'Elia opposite Rowan. And now at the face-off, it's Dwyer, far side. Puck is stopped by Moeller. Now passes across to Cote up the middle, although taken right back by Rinker. D'Elia in there, Miller as well. Now D'Elia bats it away. And again, it's fought for here right in front of where we're sitting. As D'Elia and Cote coming together. Miller as well. That one fed across the crease. Bozzi was unable to get it. She was tied up with a defender. Now it's back through for Cote again. Passes across for Rinker. And now it's back in the Washington zone again. Miller, right side. Had Feeney in the middle for a possible centering pass. Now what you got is Miller and Feeney along the end boards. Miller trying to fight for it. Feeney getting to it. And she's defended well by Van Leeuwen. And now it's Marzano in there. Puck is loose for Feeney, poked away. Wilson Olivo getting into the neutral zone for Moeller. And it's batted aside, and we get back towards the Flyer zone. Oh, back to the Washington zone again. Here we go with Davis. Backhand up high. Storm stops it with 2.5 minutes to go. We take a look at the replay one more time. Nice backhanded shot there. But it was stopped by Storm. A nice save. Now it's Franklin putting it to the end board. Sarich picks it up, brings it to the far side. Sarich now trying to battle for the puck here as the Pride looking for a clear. 2 minutes to go in the second period. Passes across for Ralph. And now it'll come out of the neutral zone on the near side for Franklin. Back to the outside for Van Leeuwen. Van Leeuwen on the move through the neutral zone. Across the red line. Pass across for Ralph. Now Ralph on the near side. Works it out, and it goes all the way back down to the other side. 1.5 to go. No icing as the puck was stopped. Sarich will collect it. Sarich now in there with Grimley along the end boards. Back out with it is Aquaro. Aquaro along that near side. Skates her way around towards the slot. Plenty of contact here. That one pushed across the right side of the crease and wide. It was one of those put the puck on the net and see what you can do. Meanwhile, got a broken stick on the ice, and that belonged to Mariah Ralph. And this will be chased down by Rinker, who skates her way around Rowan, or away from Rowan. Nice long pass for Aquaro on that right side. Puts it across to the shot in the circle and a score for Sid Bradley. A hat trick for Bradley here. So it is 7-0 here in the final minute of the second period. Beautiful pass from Aquaro to the left circle for Bradley, who just buried it. Wasn't much Storm could do. So we got a 7-0 score here. 25 seconds to go, or approaching 20 seconds to go in the second period. So you can expect the time to expire on this one soon, and we'll resheet the ice as we're getting to 10 seconds to go here. Aquaro in the corner. Back out with it. Now Lexi Sung on the move with 4 seconds to go. 3 seconds. She's going to take that last shot. Unable to do so. The pass was across for Barbakov, but she couldn't get the shot off as moving inside to get one last tap on things for good measure was Ava Rinker. And that will end the second period here on Rink 2 at Cairns Arena in South Burlington, Vermont. The Philadelphia Junior Flyers on top of the Washington Pride here in the round robin portion of the U-16 tournament. 7-0 the score here. And we will take a break for the second intermission and come back with period number 3 in just a few. Thanks to the JWHL playoffs, the 2019 edition of the JWHL playoffs here on JWHL.com.
Down there? Right, your eyes taking it tough on you, right? Yeah, you're almost the same setup down there, right? But you're looking to the glass. No, you're up on top of that closet. Oh, way down there. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, no. Yeah. The thing I don't like about these things is that I'm afraid you're going to fall off.
And welcome back to the 2019 JWHL playoffs here in South Burlington, Vermont. Rink number 2 here at Cairns Arena, and it's the Philadelphia Junior Flyers on top of the Washington Pride by a score of 7-0. It's just been an all-out assault here by the Junior Flyers, the first-place team, of course, in the regular season, number 1 seed for this tournament, and can't say that Washington's not giving it all it's got. It's just a matter of Philadelphia so far has been too much for the Pride here, who do have one win on the weekend here, win last night over Boston. As we get this one underway here in period number 3. We'll see if Washington can get on the board here. Avoid the shutout. Of course, we will have a running clock here for period 3 as well. 17-minute periods here in the U-16 tournament. That one flutters through, and it is collected by Sophia Zelag, who's played pretty well in goal, has not had to face a ridiculous amount of shots. Washington hasn't spent much time in the zone. It's just been a matter of kind of going up against that very tough Philadelphia defense. I mean, it's a team that Philadelphia team only allows 2 goals a game and scores about 5 goals per game. It's a tough nut to crack there. Grimley, near side, Aquaro. Back to Bradley, and Bradley will work it down the left side. Left circle, takes the shot, and that one goes wide to the right. Although, Philly able to keep it in the zone. Now back around for Aquaro in the left wing corner. And back through there for Grimley. Now back to Dwyer at the blue line. Goals in this one, 3 for Sid Bradley. She's got a hat trick. Also goals for Grace Dwyer, Kylie Aquaro, Rachel Martin, and Julia Franklin for the Junior Flyers. This one works through for Grimley, who backhands it into the neutral zone. Now puck is tied up on the near side here. Grimley eventually the one to bring it out. Back to Miller, goes behind her now to Ava Rinker. And Rinker will put it up off the ice where it comes down in the neutral zone. Molly Sant had a stick on it for a moment. Also Madison Cote. And this one sent down to the far side for Ruby Wilson-Olivo. Line change for Philadelphia, or at least new defenders for Philadelphia going back out. As this one is through the neutral zone for Maddie Cipolla. Cipolla over the blue line. Puck flutters up into the right wing corner, makes its way back around. Now it's stopped by Jessica Miller. Puck is brought out by Alexa Davis. Or now it's got out to Alexa Davis. Bozzi now will pick it up. Emily Bozzi. And there with Carly Marzano. Take down, bodies on the ice. Pass pushed around. Feeney got a stick on it there for a moment. Or actually rather, Javier got a stick on it for a moment. Now working it back around. And it's back to the blue line, or back to the point there for Davis. Washington trying to come away with it, although took down as Lexi Sung. Now moving across the blue line and working her way in is Feeney. Shoots, saved by Storm. And she'll stop things as we approach 14 minutes to play. Or sorry, nice attempt by Feeney there. Now we got Michaela Javier coming off. Actually, the entire line is coming off. We'll get a personnel change for Philadelphia. Now down for the face-off is Sid Bradley, the aforementioned player with a hat trick here in this first game for the Junior Flyers on the weekend. Now this one back for the neutral's ice, batted around a bit. Grimley will pick it up, pass it across for Bradley. Bradley now off the right side. Grimley is there as well, and it goes back to the left wing corner. And it's a battle out on that far side, and eventually it's pushed all the way through, cleared out by the Pride, and it's stopped by Zilek. And Philadelphia passes across, now back to Grimley here on the near side. Grimley passes it all the way across. And this one worked off the right wing corner, put out in front of Storm. Loose puck, left circle, picked up. Washington now on the move here. Passes through for Dorner. And instead it's stopped by Grimley. Right inside that circle near center ice. Back through again for Barbakov. Now back out of the neutral zone. Backing her way out is Javier. Now Dwyer. Backhand going through for Bozzi. Bozzi on the move, takes the shot, and she scores. Rings the crossbar and finds the back of the net. Emily Bozzi makes it 8-0 Philadelphia. Let's take a look at the replay as you saw Dwyer passing it through for Bozzi, coming across the blue line, getting into that left circle and finding the upper 90 on the right side. And again, 8-0 Philadelphia on top. Guess you can kind of see why this team is the favorite here in this U-16 tournament. So now we'll get the subsequent face-off. Inside 12 minutes to go in regulation. We do have a running clock here with an 8-0 lead. That one bounces wide to the right side. The shot taken by Mariah Ralph. And now Ralph will get it back out, feeding it in front. Nearly putting it away was Van Leeuwen. Coming away with it is Dwyer. Passes across for Bozzi on the left side again, although this time the pass was a little too far out in front. Back to the end boards across the crease. Another shot. That one Cairns aside. Wide left side of the net as Miller was trying to put it away. And instead the defense will collect it here. Now it's Miller on that left wing side. Back to the end boards. Puck is batted around and eventually fed across. Intercepted. Shot taken by Javier, and that one is saved by Storm. Rebound kicks all the way out, still in the circle, as Washington will try and bring it out of its own zone here. Now it's back for Feeney. Feeney taken down on the left side. 11 minutes to go in regulation. This one is passed through. Worked around by Ralph. Stick on the ice for Davis. Also getting in on the act is Julia Franklin, who has a goal tonight. Then again, so doesn't, well, actually, no, Davis doesn't have a goal. She's got the puck, though. Brings it through the neutral zone on the right wing side. Across the red line, now the blue line. Davis all the way in the right side herself. And she gets tied up with her number 8 mate, Erin Barbakov. And now Davis will work it out again. Got back through for Talia D'Elia. And now Grimley loses it, although recovering in the circle near the slot, poked away. And here comes Ava Rinker. Rinker has it taken away. Or actually, sorry, Washington has it taken away by Rinker. That one tapped aside by Storm. Behind the Washington net. Inside 10 minutes to go in regulation. 8-0 Philadelphia. Puck along the end boards. Somebody's got to get it out eventually, and it eventually goes to the right wing corner. That's where Philadelphia will recover here. Thought it was going to Grimley. Instead, found its way to Bradley. Or sorry, Rinker. Rinker off the right wing boards, puts it in. Grimley was there trying to get a rebound. Now she tries to wrap it around here. Backhands it up. Passed across the front to that right circle. Rinker getting a stick on it, as did Madison Cote. Now this one off the near side. Grimley trying to pick it up right by that left circle. Loose puck once again. This time it's Grimley. Grimley on the left side. Back around. Passed across. Rachel Martin trying to get to it. Backhand by Martin. Goes around to Rinker. Rinker feeds it in. That one gets off the end boards and away. Inside is Wilson Olivo. Loose puck. Dangerous spot for it too. Kylie Aquaro chasing it behind the net. Inside 9 minutes to go in regulation. Aquaro again. Getting it back for Rinker. Rinker fires. That one bounces out in front. Picked up by the defense. Back to the neutral zone and back to work goes Philadelphia. Dwyer passing it back for Rinker. Rinker across for Dwyer. Across the blue line, the red line. Now it's Miller. Left circle. Looking for the shot. Takes it. Storm's got the save. And she'll cover things up. We'll face off here. Getting the replay on this one here. As you see Dwyer getting it to Miller. Miller getting to just outside the left circle. Firing, and Storm had the save. As we will hit 8 minutes to go momentarily here. In this first game of our Rink 2 coverage, we are covering the action on both rinks, obviously. If you're paying attention to things here, we'll be back bouncing back and forth throughout the weekend. That one is fed up and over and shot off the end boards. It bounces away. Ali Marzano getting to it. Also inside there is Rinker. Davis is with it now off the end boards. Michaela Javier working it out. Washington picks it up. Coming down the ice, Mariah Ralph loses it. Grace Romeo picks it up. Still in the zone for Van Leeuwen. And Romeo. Back through for Davis. Goes by Feeney and all the way to the end boards. Ayers will chase it down. We'll get an icing call here. Just shy of 7 minutes to go in regulation. And we'll get the face-off now in the circle down on the far side. Next game for Philadelphia will be against Newbridge again. That's at 7:30 tonight. Meanwhile, contact right in front of us here as Rinker and Sarich come together. And we will get a body checking penalty, the first penalty of the game, and it will go against Ava Rinker. So the first power play of the contest will now transpire. The clock stopping with 6:24 to go. It's the first time the clock has stopped since maybe in the early stages of the second period when the score got to 5-0. So 2 minutes on the clock. If there is any weakness on this Junior Flyers team, it would be the penalty kill. Under 90% at 88.7. As again, Rinker will serve the penalty here. And Washington will try and get something going. Moving in with Moeller. Moeller working away across the blue line, right circle, looking for the score, looking for the shot, not getting, and puck was poked away. And picked right back up by Davis. Davis will now skate it across the red line, the blue line, left wing side, left wing corner. Davis working in, feeding it across the crease. It goes to the right side. Washington will pick it back up with inside 1:20 to go in the first power play for either team here. Moeller pushing it aside to the far side. Shot taken, that one deflected away by Zilak. And now back to the near side. Davis pushes it through. Meanwhile, the puck is pushed right back in by Washington as Sapola had it. Now this one down to the end boards. And Miller will collect it right wing side. Puck is worked around by Rowan. And Rowan will pick it up inside a minute to go in the power play. Actually, that's Lexi Sung with it. Sung has it knocked away. Miller will collect. 33 seconds to go. That one goes flying onto the bench. That was one of those get out of the way kind of shots. Then again, everyone down there is wearing gear. We're not wearing gear up here. We'll see how long our equipment lasts before something hits it, as we're a little bit exposed above the glass right next to the Philadelphia Junior Flyers bench. Clock still ticking on this power play as we do have a running clock going. Inside 4.5 minutes to go, so Rinker will be released, and she is. And we'll get back to work here. Down the ice, it's Feeney who came in instead of Rinker. Back to the neutral zone. Picked up by the Pride, working it in. Takedown on Lexi Sung. Now it's Javier. 4 minutes to go. Javier by center ice. Across the red line, now the blue line. Right wing side towards the right wing corner. Javier feeding it out in front. That one nearly put away by Marzano. Meanwhile, Storm trying to cover it up in a scrum. Puck is still loose. Back to the slot again and into the neutral zone, and it gets pushed away. Javier will chase it down. We're inside 4 minutes to go. Dwyer picks it up. Passing across from Marzano. Now Feeney will chase it down on the left wing side. Stopped by Sarich. Sarich stopping short and trying to move forward here. D'Elia waiting at the point, and she's got it. Passes across the blue line, tapped aside, and back to the corner again. And now it's Aquaro with it. Right around that right circle. Back to the blue line, walking around now. At the blue line is Davis. Gets back out, shot taken, deflects up high, still free, and that one is for Grimley now. In the left circle, off the end boards, working her way to the right side. Backhand flip around for Aquaro. Now back to the corner again. Passes out for Grimley. Looking for the shot, but it's poked away. Meanwhile, Aquaro swoops in to get to it, but it's pushed back out to the neutral zone. Trying to work it in there was Mariah Roth, but she was on her own. 2.5 minutes to go in the contest here. As Philadelphia looking to push Washington down into the consolation rounds. And we'll get a whistle here. So let's take a look at the replay there. Contact and a penalty in the corner. So this will be a Philadelphia power play as into the box goes Rena Van Leeuwen on the penalty. So you got 2:06 on the clock, 2 on the power play for Philadelphia. See if they run the score up any more than they already have here. 8-0. There is little doubt as to what the outcome of this contest is going to be. Miller, right side, right circle. Skater around, finds Rinker. Back past Dwyer, it gets to the boards. Now Dwyer will skate back in the neutral zone, pass it across for Rinker. Back to Dwyer again, inside 2 minutes to go. Dwyer now on the move, left circle. And hands it off for Rinker. Back to the high slot, back to Rinker again at the point. That one put in. Storm looking around. It's behind her on those end boards. Miller got on top of it for a moment. And now the junior Flyers back out with it. Back to Rinker on the right side. Towards that right circle. Pass goes, oh, it doesn't go across. Taken away by Washington instead. And the Pride coming back the other way. Lizzie Moeller, the only one to chase it in for the Pride here. 1 minute coming up here to go in both the power play and the contest. 1 minute now in the power play. And in about 3 seconds, it'll be 1 minute to go in the game, as we are winding things down on rink number 2. A tournament opening win looming here for the junior Flyers. And off the face-off, it bounces aside. Picked up by Feeney. Clock counting down once again now, inside 40 seconds to go. Philadelphia with a power play for another 25 seconds, so it'll be about a 5-second differential between the clock, or by the time this penalty expires, and how much time is left in the game. This one passed aside, now in the right circle. Philadelphia working it around. Feeney to Javier. Now back out to the right side. 5 seconds to go in the game. 3, 2, 1, and that will do it. Not a bad way for the Philadelphia Junior Flyers to start the U-16 side of the 2019 JWHL playoffs. An 8-0 win here in the first contest of the weekend for them. And for the Washington Pride, it is a defeat to knock the team back down in the consolation here, as that'll round up the round-robin portion of things for the Pride, who did come up with a win in the playoff game, but a couple of losses today. We'll send things into tomorrow for some consolation play. So we will come back with the next game here from rink number 2. And that game, if we can take a look at the clock here and see what we got for a time and see what the countdown will be to the next game. It's 4:20 now. 4:45 is the scheduled next start. It will be a U-19 game between the defending champion North American Hockey Academy and the U-19 side of the Washington Pride. Again, puck drops on that at 4:45. So come on back and join us for that. And if you're not joining us, well, thank you for joining us, period. And for tuning in from wherever you've been tuning in from. The final one last time. Philadelphia Junior Flyers 8, Washington Pride 0. This has been the JWHL playoffs on JWHL.com.